There it goes. There it goes. Why? Why is it giving me trouble? YouTube! What the hell, man? Come on. We need to get people into the office there before the holiday season ends here. Grrrr! Greetings, humans. Greetings! And welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, still trying to figure out this dang YouTube. And of course, the audio, Bear tries to record the audio separately. That card's full as well, so all sorts of surprises here for Bear right before he goes on with you good people. So welcome one, welcome all. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving out there. Even if you don't live in the U.S., hopefully you have something that you were thankful for out there. Bear was thankful that the garbage men were off for an extra day there. So Bear digging through the garbage. Everybody was out. Everybody was asleep. Oh, they were in their tryptophan dreams and everything. And not a creature was stirring except for the bear here. That's right, digging through the garbage there to find out what's out there. Everybody's going to the Black Friday sale, and it's like, why? Why you can get it online? It's been Black Friday for like the past month or so. Come on, people. We can get better sales than just standing in line at Best Buy at like 5 in the morning or something like that. It is crazy, people. But yet they still do it for whatever reason. Whatever reason. Yes, indeed. Grant here. Do the people in the picture know that you've been raiding their trash can? Well, they do now. Unfortunately, they do now. It was delicious, though. Very, very delicious out there. Bear had his fill. Oh, man, the turkey. Oh, the mashed potatoes. The sweet potatoes. Oh, the cranberry sauce. The homemade stuff. Not out of the dang can out there. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. All the little extra, the rolls and the olives out there. All that great stuff. Oh, it's terrific. Bear's, one of Bear's favorites out there. Yes, indeed. Timmy might have finally won. What? What the hell? Little does Bear know that Timmy may have laced the trash cans with, oh boy. Well, that would explain a lot. Yes, indeed. Great to have Marco for Anthony here. Haven't seen him in quite a while, so great to have some of the folks out there. All right, well, let's get right on into it. People, because Bear is thankful. Bear is actually thankful for, if you can find it here. Okay, why is that not working? Well, that's kind of embarrassing. Okay, let's see. Why is this? Yes. Watch. Why are we? For crying out loud. Bear with Bear here. What the hell's going on? Just started the show and everything. Okay, it's right there. You do the thing. With the thing, and we had a great transition until right there. Okay, hold on. What the hell, man? What the hell? Let's see here. 1 second here. There we go. Finally, I tell you what, people. We will figure out. It's been downhill ever since Bear hit go live here. One of these days, we will do a professional show. Professional stream? No. There we go. Let's see. Grant says he's been warning with the first 03 Marco for Anthony's. I guess if he's here, he came out on top. Yes, indeed. We had questions. We had questions for those marks out there. But Mark 04 finally came through out there. Omega Storm closed the other night. I don't know. Has many people been interested in the Omega Storm out here? I kind of like the cover. That he did here. Bear was trying to remember. He had this and he's like, okay, I got 3. Did we ever order 4? If Bear ordered 4, he never read it. Nothing against 4 or anything like that. It was just kind of, they had a really good idea kind of to start off. It was kind of universal monsters. If they were superheroes, and then all of a sudden it just became, the Kraken, and then this and that, whatever. And I was like, it became very, very sprawling. Kind of neat, but kind of sprawling. And it was like, I just want to focus in on what was her name? Lilith, and the vampire dude. And That sort of stuff. So Bear never checked out, unfortunately. Does enjoy John Malin stuff, but the Omega Storm out there. Hello, everyone, he says. Hello, John. We're wrapping up, actually wrapped up our Graveyard Shift Omega Storm campaign the other night. We appreciate all your support. Please take a second look at the campaign and see if there's anything else you may want. Like the John Malin variant or an additional perk. I kind of like his cover there. I think it was a virgin one as well, so there wasn't any lettering or titling in there, but yeah, not much to gobble gobble indeed, gobble gobble. Not enough to be able to pull the trigger, pull the handle, I should say, on any of this. I just got a couple other comics the other day, so you gotta kind of be a little bit selective these days out there to figure out what is going on. Oh, we are many, we are one. Apparently, Marco for Anthony is Legion. He is. There you go. We learn something new every day out here. Learn something new. Anyways, there's the cover. You can't get it because the campaign's closed. Sorry, folks, but there you go. Omega Storm. Look for it. Or don't in your local mailbox out there. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. Okay, please. Come on, work, man. Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on one second, people. Gosh dang it. Why do you set this thing up and then it doesn't work, Bear? Come on. Well, at least we can talk amongst ourselves out here. Yes, we can. All right. Do the thing with the thing. Oh, gosh darn it. Sorry, people. Do the thing with the thing, and then you do the thing, and then you hope it works. And you never know until you go live, and that's the fun of everything. There we go. There we are. Rescued it at the last second here, people. I tell you. We had bear steaks for what? Oh my goodness, Jeff. Oh my, I might have to take away that wrench from Jeff out here. Bear steaks? How do you eat bear steaks on a Thanksgiving? It should be turkey. Should be turkey out there. I think that's what Timmy laced the trash can with. Oh my goodness. So Bear is now a cannibal. What? No. Well, listen, we've done this before. Okay, it goes like this, people. It goes salmon, and then garbage, and then people. I mean, everybody thinks, oh, humans, we must be so delicious out here and tasty. No, it's, I don't know how many people out there eat monkeys. Probably not the delicatessen that people enjoy very much. So, yeah, I mean, you look, trash is much better for bear. Salmon preferred, but humans, maybe, if there's nothing else around, but not really. Don't be judging, says Jeff. Well, you've come to the wrong channel. Bear will judge. Bear will judge. No denial. No denial. Well, I listen. Like I said, it's kind of the sorts of tilapia fish out there of the fish, hierarchy. You got your tilapia at the bottom there, maybe, and then you got your, cod or something like that, and then you got your salmon. So it's ranked. It's ranked out there, people. So long as he doesn't mess with the nervous system, it should be okay. I don't know. With the way today's show's going, it might have. It might have, people. Where was Bear? I tell you what, people. Getting all turned around here. From your boy Zach out there. Hi, everyone. Hi, your boy. The coloring for Jawbreakers Forever is 90% complete. Holy cow. I've also finished scrubbing through the 8,000 line. Holy cow. That's what happens when you sell it for $1, people. 8,000 line backer list spreadsheet. He says Indiegogo puts add-ons on separate lines. Really? They probably should fit. Sounds like some of the back-end stuff with Indiegogo needs a little bit more work on that. If your address has changed, please let him know by emailing him at the Diversity in Comics at Gmail. Thanks from Richard out there. P.S. Happy Thanksgiving. There you go. There you are with Jawbreakers. Who was doing Jawbreakers for him? Was it Elf? I don't think it was Elf Etche. I believe it was somebody else. I don't Trying to figure it out. I don't recall. I don't recall. He's equating bear meat to common fish. Wow. What? No, where are we getting this from? Where are we getting this from? No, people maybe. People maybe, but not bear meat. Bears never had bear meat. Why would bear eat bear? That's just strange, people. Very, very strange out there. Anyways, some great stuff. Some great stuff from Jawbreakers out there. Also, people, he did, let's see, did I put it up here? Yeah, there we go. He does have another book with the Rambo. What was that called? First Kill. First Kill out there. The movie's name is First Blood out there. Bear is going to try and do. Man, oh man. We will let Bear kind of let you people in on a little bit of behind the scenes stuff here. Trying to do a kind of a watch along party out here. Trying to do the Rambo, it's kind of help promote and have some fun out there with the new Rambo book that's coming out with your boy Zach. Trying to check that out. Trying to figure out how to do, let me minimize this, how to do a watch along. So you can't really show the movie, so that's kind of out. Maybe you could, but Bear's channel would be struck. Struck multiple times out there. So, alright, how do we do this? So, Bear has been going and trying to find, yes, First Blood, not 13th Blood, the First Blood out there. So he's doing some stuff here. Downloaded a bunch of stuff. We're trying to do images here. Great to see Amy. Great to see Amy out here. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving out there. Anyways, trying to do a watch along without showing the actual video there. So we're doing some images. I was trying to get some of the images taken care of and everything, but had it all in lined up in an order and everything. And then of course you put it in OBS and it screws it all up. Damn you, OBS. So anyways, like the previous picture was from the very beginning of the intro scene. He's walking across the bridge and getting arrested by Brian Dennehy out there, kind of towards the end of it. So it all got mixed up. So Bear needs to figure out how to. See, there's the very first one. Why would they do the very first image at the very last? I don't know. Bear doesn't know. Stupid OBS. But anyways, tried to do kind of a watch along where, it'd kind of go with the, okay, this would be the opening scene, and then you'd kind of shoot. Hello. This is the police station. He's having a flashback there. The police with Vietnam and a very young David Caruso. Had no idea David Caruso was in this movie. I just checked it out last night. It's been a while since. Oh, that looks like it hurts. Just checked it out last night. It's been a while for Bear. I didn't realize that Rambo was a Christmas movie. Who knew? I thought it was just Rambo out in the woods. No, they were actually doing it during the Christmas season there. Nothing says Christmas season like being showered down by a fire hose out there. But yeah, really interesting. Like, let's see, you can see it in the background there with the Christmas trees and the snowmen and all that sort of stuff. So just learn that. So everybody thinks, what was it? Die Hard? Die Hard's a Christmas movie. No. Rambo's a Christmas movie out there. Like Die Hard is a Christmas movie, says Marco Forente. Well, I would say the first Lethal Weapon is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard is. Die Hard's more of an action movie with Christmas elements in there. I guess you could say the same thing with Rambo. Anyways, trying to go through it. All this stuff is out of order here, but was trying to go through it here. Like we were doing let me get to it. The chase scene where he's being chased and all that sort of stuff. So I got about maybe a third the way through, and then ran out of some images. So I've got images for the first part of the movie and images for the last little bit of the movie, but nothing right there in the middle. So that's going to be kind of an odd one here for Bear, but we'll try and kind of go along with it. So this is what it would kind of sound like. Bear would be watching the movie and the images would show up, but need to figure out a way of putting them in order here. Stallone says he was really cold when he was filming these scenes. Apparently it was really cold out there. Bear was watching the what was it? The director's what do they call that? The where they talk along with it. He said, I was really cold. It was really cold out there. Who put me in a tank top? Ah, look, 30 degrees out there. Anyways, trying to do some Rambo stuff here for some good people, but gotta figure out this stupid OBS. Anyways, we'll try and do that. That might be a good maybe Christmas time. I was gonna try and do it right around the Thanksgiving, but man oh man, snowballed into heck, people. I tell you what out there. Except for that Nakatomi Plaza advent calendar with Gruber falling every day. Aw, ba-dum-bump. Ba-dum-bump. It's a little early, but it was the last week they could get off before Christmas proper. Oh, well, very cool. Very cool, Amy. Oh, wait, I'm missing something here. Hold on. Let's see. Great to hear her. I just got back from a Christmas party. Congratulations, Amy. Oh gosh, I have to get some painting done too. Well, you can always listen to Bear. It's a little early, but it was the latest week they could get off before Christmas proper. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering, like, why would they do a Christmas party right after Thanksgiving? But you know what? It could be in Canada. They could be celebrating Christmas early. You never know. Anyways, it was fun. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed, Amy. Very cool. Oh, and Melissa. Great to have Melissa here. Just came back from the same Christmas party. Right after Thanksgiving. That shot looked more like Volcano, the movie, or Dante's Peak. Yes, indeed. Well, you know, what they said was, sometimes they had a little bit of trouble getting some background scenery in there. So, they would just bring in Brian Dennehy and, oh, well, that looks like a mountain right there. So, very cool, very cool. Brian Dennehy, more of a landscape picture rather than a portrait picture out there. I'm trying to say that Brian Dennehy might be a little fat. That's all. Brian Dennehy lost out on the starring role in Titanic. He said the water was a little bit cold and just couldn't do it there, but there you go. There you are. And didn't want to be broken in half either. Didn't want to be broken. Couldn't hold his breath that far down the ocean there. Yes, indeed. Welcome from Christmas party, Lendia, right? I mean, it's like, right? Shoot, it was even before Halloween. They had all the Christmas stuff up. Beer was trying to go in, get his Christmas candy, his Halloween candy, and they had Christmas stuff out. It's like, what the hell? Can't we get through one holiday before we get to the other one there? I'm sure there's plenty of people out there shopping for Thanksgiving. They don't need Christmas stuff already. Why do you need to celebrate Christmas like 30, 40 days? They should just go ahead and make Christmas year-round. Just go ahead and make it year-round. They're already doing the Black Friday for like a month and a half, so just go ahead and make Christmas year-round. Everybody in Christmas cheer all year-round. Unfortunately, you'd have to hear that stupid Mariah Carey song over and over and over and over again, but, it kind of balances it out, I guess. Kind of balances it out. Beer missing something, check mark. Yes, indeed. I don't even know. Not even wearing a safety helmet or elbow pads. What a terrible role model. Well, they were actually talking about this in the little director's cut thing there, where it was really like really icy. So, in fact, they I don't have it on here, I don't think, but they actually ended up crashing the police car. It kind of slid off the road and whatever, and they ended up bringing in Brian Dennehy after the fact, and he kind of like crawled out or whatever. But yeah, it was kind of an interesting. They're saying they didn't really do that many motorcycle chases. I guess back in the... When did this come out? 80... I want to say 82, 81, 82, somewhere right around there. So, yeah, not a whole lot of motorbike chases out there. So kind of an interesting backstory behind some of that there. And bearing with bear, check mark. There you go. Christmas parties and Rambo, apparently. Well, maybe we will try. I don't know why. Let me click on the other. I'll click it on somebody else so we don't have the same thing. There's Brian Dennehy. Looking for a sandwich, probably. He says, I'm hungry. Same look that beer has sometimes. Well, there it goes. There it lines up. I don't know why it lined up that one, but not the other ones. Yes, indeed. If you feel like pardon me. I feel like if you have a party that early, no one would blame you for serving Thanksgiving leftovers. Yes, indeed. Bear is still going through his leftovers. A nice way to get rid of the things that you don't want. A cranberry shaped like a can, anyone. Ugh, gross, terrible. Gotta get the real stuff. I mean, if it has ridges, it probably isn't real. There you go. All right, where are we, people? I need to figure out where am I. Where am I? Oh yeah, a Christmas movie. Question mark Christmas movie? Maybe? I don't know. Could be. It could be a Christmas movie. So, anyways, got to figure out the whole, transitions and stuff like that here, where it kind of would go along. Again, I can't show the movie, unfortunately, so we'll have to figure one out. It's kind of makes Bear scratch his noggin out here. A little bit hard. Little bit hard. All right, let me get right back into it, people. That was a side journey that took way too long there. That's all right. I thank you for hanging in while we get to some of the great. Let me find it here. Some of the great news of the day, including a big one, people. They always wait until Friday to drop some of the big news out here. Let me get you folks in here too. Do the thing with the thing, and then you do the thing. Do. There we go. There we are. Salmon fillets made of bear meat. What kind of... I don't even know what's going on with you people. Sometimes I don't even know you people. From transitioning from bear meat to dead meat out here. Dead meat. I hope that's a good transition out here. From bounding into comics and the always reliable out here, the Spencer Bakuli. Holy cow, people! If this is true, of course, sources say and all this other stuff. Sources say, but if this is true, this is huge, people. This is pretty huge. Ousted CEO Bob Chapek reportedly cooked the books. What? And not in the oven either. Not for Thanksgiving, apparently. Cooked the books to hide Disney Plus's financial loss. We'll get into it in just a second, but yeah, they had like $1.5 billion. Everybody says, "Oh, look at all the subscribers on Disney Plus." Well, yeah, but they're losing money hand over fist out there, like 1.5 billion or something like that. It was crazy. According to a new report, recently ousted CEO Bob Chapek is alleged people, to have engaged in a series of deceptive practices in order to hide just how much money the company had truly lost in the service of developing their signature streaming service. Mickey looks very sad there. Why is he wearing a jacket? What the hell? Whatever. Whatever. Oh no, Kingdom Hearts is making money. Ah, well, I guess, I suppose so. Don't really follow that. Thank you, Amy. I do appreciate it. Bear struggles. Bear does struggle to do the transitions there, but in our quest, in a very lifelong quest to do a professional show, you gotta have some good segues out there. I guess technically Square Enix is though. Well, I'm sure they split the profits there. Yeah, it turns out if you make a bunch of shows and movies no one likes, you don't make any money. What? Huh? No way. No way. As per a collective decision by the House of Mouse's board of directors following his poor showing during the company's disastrous Q4 earnings call, Chapek was removed as Disney CEO on November 20th, having served in the position for only 2 years. Yeah, Bear kind of reported that at the time. I mean, just kind of think about if you are a Disney executive, out there, you might have had a contract renewal or something like that. And then all of a sudden, the big head cheese up there gets axed. You're like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, if he's cooking the books, then he might be headed to jail there. Might be headed to jail, or not. I mean, you could embezzle billions of dollars and get away scot free. What was his name? The bankman out there. Where's the Bankman at? Hold on. Let me find the Bankman out here. You could be like the Bankman out here and just like, oh yeah, I have billions of dollars, sure. Get invited to the New York Times regalia out there with all the other people. Like, oh well, thanks for marking everybody out there, New York Times. I will make note of that in the book out there. Anyways, where was Ben? Getting a little off topic here. Possibly stole a bunch of money. The board has concluded that Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industrial transformation. Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period, explained the board's chairman, Susan Arnold. In a statement provided to the media. We thank Bob Chapek for cooking the books out there, for his service to Disney over his long career, including navigating the company through the unprecedented challenges of the pandemic. I don't know. How can you take this guy seriously with that costume there? It's kind of silly there. It's like, okay, I want to be camouflaged, but show most of my face, my eyes underneath some glasses, and my head as well. Nobody will know who I am. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. They'll say, oh, who is that guy? And then he'll like take off his glasses, like, oh no, I don't know who that guy is. What? Who? Where? The word on the exact reasons for the board's loss in confidence in Chapek has not publicly been detailed. Many have speculated that it was a result to his abysmal people handling of the "thank you for getting it right here" Florida Parental Rights and Education Act debacle out there. They called it the "Don't Say Gay" bill, which it was never called that. Terrible people. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh my goodness, I am missing up on some chats here. Kingdom Hearts is brilliant, literal work compared to what Disney is making now. Yeah, I don't have it here. They actually, let's see, I think I did it last show. They had the Black Panther movie that came out, and they also had another movie that came out. What was it called? Strange Days? Strange Worlds? Something like that. Did just a terrible job at the movie. I think it came in at like $4 or $5 million or something like that. This is one of Disney animations. Of course, they put in a whole bunch of woke garbage in there. I think the main spoiler alert, people. The main character was out and proud out there. Why you would want to put a movie during Thanksgiving holidays with an out and proud main character, and then expect it to make a whole lot of money? I don't know. There, but apparently the Disney animation side of things is not doing very well out there. Everybody is in Sora. Am I Sora? I don't know, Mark. I don't know. Let's see. LOL, that's an awesome picture. It is complicated as it is vague. Let's see. I can't take anything Marvel Phase 4. Isn't Phase 4 over with? Wasn't that the end of with Black? I always get them confused. With the 3 and 4 and 5 or whatever. But I think it could be over fast enough. But then they got the new movies coming out, and a lot of them are delayed. So it'll be kind of interesting how that kind of works out. Except for WandaVision, Marker 4 Anthony says, before it went way off the rails. Yeah, I heard the first couple episodes were really good. I heard it was really good. Yes, indeed. Strange Worlds, yes, indeed. Oh, Wakanda also flopped. Well, I wouldn't call it flopped. It just kind of made back its money. Let's see. I think we kind of guesstimated about 4 to 500 million, and I think it's tracking at like 320 or something like that. So it'll make back its money, but it wasn't the hit that they were expecting. Let's see. And not Disney, but looks like Avatar imminent flop too. Oh, really? Well, we will find out soon enough. We will find. Bear is predicting that that's actually going to do really well. Terrible marketing campaign. They just got started with the marketing campaign, like, what is it, like 2-3 weeks out or something like that. They need to do a little bit more promotion on that sort of stuff, but I think they're trying to keep a lot of the story under wraps. So we'll see how that turns out. Might be a little woke out there. Too expensive. Actually, we talked about that the last time. They were saying it was going to be breaking even at like, what was it? It had to be like the top 4 or top 5 movies out there to break even. They're doing multiple Avatar movies, so probably the first movie might not break even. It actually might take a loss, but all the other movies after that will be a profit because they've already basically paid for a lot of this stuff other than the promotional stuff out there. So you might be technically correct that it might be um, 2 billion or so. I thought it was like, I thought it was less than that. Anyways, um, probably the first movie technically might not make it, but they're making the first movie for like, or the sequel, I should say. The sequel out there, they're combining like 2 or 3 movies in there. So I think that's why the price tag for the sequel was so high, but the following sequels will probably be profitable out there. Yes, indeed. Between going back here, between turning Disney into a full-on political entity, oh my goodness, constantly flip-flopping on which side of the debate he truly supported. That was his downfall right there. If he just kept his mouth shut and just was like, you know, we're just trying to make movies. We're not trying to make a political statement. He might have had some employees walk out, but kind of like the Twitter situation out there. Hey, let all the dead wood go out first before you gotta start cutting deep out there. So yeah, he should have just stayed silent. Then came out with the little hostage videos like, oh yes, we support the gay and LGBTQ plus agenda. I'm Bob Chapek. Thumbs up. Yeah, no, he totally screwed up on that one. And basing his movies on the ever-evolving whims of Twitter, a trending topic tab. Oh, maybe not anymore. Maybe not anymore. I'm wondering if that's why the, what was it, Strange Worlds? The Strange Worlds one might be kind of flopping here. Chapek's ineffective, and besides, I don't think they had a very good marketing campaign. Chapek's ineffective and indecisive leadership during this period has since drawn widespread criticism and mockery. What? From who? From who? From across the political spectrum. But it seems that Chapek's wild ride in Florida was not the sole reason for his removal, as the former CEO is said to have been actively deceiving its investors. Well, then, there is the bomb drop. During the company's Investor Day 2020 presentation, Chapek assured those in attendance that the companies expected Disney Plus to achieve profitability in fiscal 2024. So 2 years from now. So he says in four years from that presentation, we will be profitable at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. What kind of crazy sweater is that? I don't know. The less Bear says about the what is it? The Guardians of the Galaxy thing, the better off he will be. Don't want to anger anybody out there. However, as per insiders, sources say accordingly, who supposedly spoke to the Wall Street Journal, this is a near impossible goal to achieve due to the fact that the company has, in reality, lost more than, holy cow, people, $8.5 billion since Disney Plus launched. Pardon me. And has posted bigger operational losses in each of the post 4 quarters. Holy moly. Further, in order to keep the warning signals from blaring, Chapek allegedly again, took to airing some Disney Plus originals, such as the Mysterious Benedict Society. Oh, we've all seen that. And Doogie Kamaola, MD? Oh, Doggy Cameo. What the hell? Okay, anyways. On the company's other networks out there. Is this the Doggy MD show? Let's see, what is this? Lahayla and Stitch. Oh, okay. Yeah. We've all seen that one too. Okay, anyways. In doing so, Chapek could then list a given series' budgets on the respective networks' accounting sheets, thus making Disney Plus look more profitable than it truly was. Well, it wasn't profitable; it was losing money, but it was looking less like a black hole than it truly was. The pitfall is said to have been the results of Chapek's unfettered spending on content. No way, and other content Another subject on which the former Disney executive supposedly deceived investors on. Again, supposedly, but if he did, that's jail time, people. That is jail time. Oh, well, speaking at the aforementioned Investors Day 2020, Chapek assured attendees that in light of, quote, subscriber growth fueled in part by an increased level of output for Disney Plus, the company expected our content expense to be between $8 and $9 billion in 2024. Holy cow. That's a lot of money, people. That's like 4 or 5 different Avatar movies out there. Yet, and you get this great quality too. Look at this. I mean, whoever designed the costumes for these two were probably blind. I'm gonna suppose blind out there. Who wears purple and just puke yellow? What the hell? Well, I guess he is blind. The character is blind, but the people dressing him, yet the Wall Street Journal's insiders claim, sources say, that under Mr. Chapek, Disney has increased its content spending dramatically to around, holy cow, people, $30 billion this year alone. We'll get into some numbers here in just a minute. I know all you people are waiting for numbers out there. But yeah, $30 billion. Holy moly. That's crazy. For this great content out here. This great content. I never saw the show. So the She-Hulk character, right? What was her name? Jennifer Waters. Is it 2 different actors? Like, it looks like 2 different people. That, one's Jennifer Waters and the other one's the She-Hulk? Or did they just do some weird CGI stuff with it? It looked like it was 2 different people. Like she's got, She-Hulk had straight hair and this lady has, like, curly hair, so I don't know. It's kind of odd out there. Marco 4 Anthony has numbers for us here. Numbers for us. Amy says, what lying to the boss can get people fired? Yes, it's true. Well, he was the boss, but he was lying to the investors, and to the SEC, which is a really, really bad idea. Unless you're the bankman out there. Unless you're the bankman. Let's see. This is a stupid question, but is $8 billion a lot for Disney? That's not a stupid question. We'll get into numbers in just a moment there. Something from Hawaii. Yeah, some sort of dog from Hawaii. Yes, they lost 8.5, no, not million, billion dollars. I would have thought a bit more about that. They probably recouped that from a billion with a B. Yes, a billion with a B. Let's see, 203.64 billion in assets. I've got some different numbers on that, but we'll see. Total liabilities are half of that, so about 98 billion net worth. Oh, okay, I see where you're going with that. The loss is pretty significant, he says. It's supposed to look like his old red and yellow outfit. Oh, okay, alright. I'm wondering why it was... I didn't watch the actual show, just us doing reviews. Some of the Az stuff is kind of hit or miss. I think he's a very jovial character out there, and watching him with some of the other folks out there, especially like the Critical Drinker or something like that on some of their shows. What was the one that he did? Was it Robocop? One of the watch along things that they did there. Anyways, really kind of a funny guy. Kind of a funny guy out there. Some other stuff going along with the whole fandom menace craziness out there, but we won't get into all that. As of writing, neither Disney nor Chapek have offered a public comment on the Wall Street Journal's, again, allegations. I can't say that's for certain. It's kind of interesting. They kind of released that on a Friday out there. Look here. That's where your $8.5 billion went, with a white room, with a guy in white and the other 2 guys in black costumes. $8.5 billion right there. Right? This is, well, what is this? This is the Indoor series, the Star Trek. Pardon me, people. Pardon me. Star Wars. Put down your pitchforks, Star Wars people. Star Wars out there. Star Wars show. I'm not sure if it was a good idea to do Star Wars shows. Maybe if they were doing something that was kind of in between 2 different movies where they need to kind of make a little bit of They might need to explain some different things that would have taken too much time in between movies. That would have worked. Why they do the Andor show or the Boba Fett show. I know a lot of people like the Mandalorian. It's fine and everything, but yeah, it's kind of an odd thing. I bet you that's where they're just losing a whole bunch of money there. Losing a whole crazy outfit. Pitchforks and fire. Jumped right to it, did you, Marco Ferrante? Jumped right to it. Had him ready to go. Had him ready, just within arm's reach was the pitchfork right there. If you feel like your loss of 10%, your company's net worth in 1 year, maybe that's not great. Well, if you're going to make 20% off of it next year, I think it would work out. But let's actually get right on this. Everybody says, "Oh, Bear, we come here for, the comics and all the other stuff," and you're just, lovability out here. But really, a lot of people just come for the numbers, people, for the numbers. So this is just kind of a quick look up. Let's see, macrotrends.net, and it does not give an author here. They're doing just what they call a debt to equity ratio. Very boring stuff over here. Let's see. It doesn't really explain a whole lot there, but it does give some numbers here for us good folks. Oops, let me go back. There we go. So we got up here on this chart here our date, the long-term debt. Now some of the other places have kind of broken this down between long-term and short-term. I think it was about either half or a quarter of that. So just figure maybe 25, just a small $25 billion in short-term debt. I think that was coming due either 23 or 24 out there. Shareholder equity and debt to equality ratio, we don't have to worry about that too much here. We're just looking at the debt here. So let's go ahead. See if I can, make this a little bit bigger for you good people out here. So let's kind of go into the Wayback Machine here. So we got from 2009, their entire debt. Marco Ferrante says that number looks familiar. Well, maybe we got it from the same spot there. Almost $30 billion in debt, okay? Long-term debt, so maybe figure 10 years or something like that. So 2019 it might be coming due or something. So it's just $30 billion in debt. So we kind of go up, it looks like this goes quarter by quarter here. This is 2010, you're $30 billion almost. 2011, you are at $30 billion. 2012, you're at $35 billion. 2012, you're at 37. So you can kind of see the trajectory here. And this is all under Bob Iger out there. Bob Iger out there. So 33, 35, 34. I don't recall when they bought Lucasfilm. I think it was right around 2016, I think. Maybe 2015 or something like that. Or was it earlier than that? No, it had to be earlier than that. Had to have been earlier than that. Let's see, might have been right around 2012 or something. But that was only like $2 billion or something. So we can see it increase 36, 39, coming up to 2015, 41, 2016, 42, 2017, 46, 2017, $50 billion. And they start to pay it off just a little bit here in 2018, coming back to $45 billion. Then it jumps up to $110 billion in debt. Now, a lot of that was from the 20th Century Fox. They bought 20th Century Fox. So all the, Alien movies, Predator movies, all the X-Men stuff, the Simpsons out there, all those properties. Basically everything except for, if Bear recalls correctly, the Fox Network and Fox News. And there might have been some sports stuff in there as well. Anyways, $100 billion in debt. Just went from 2018 to 2019, just doubled their debt. Doubled their debt in that time frame. Let's see, hold on. I am being corrected here by Amy. Let's see. It does seem that way sometimes, Grant. But they own the media companies. That's true. There's a really good chance they won't let you see them sweat. Well, that's what we're here for. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed over Grants. Sometimes it feels like there's no accountability for the more powerful people and entities. Well, we'll work our way there. We will work our way there, I promise. It is a long show. Disney owes more than they're worth. Well, we'll get into that in just a second, but almost. Almost. Let's put gigantic investments into hotels. No one will stay at for $6,000 for a couple of days. Actually, I heard a very interesting rumor. I think it was from Doomcock or something like that, where they're talking about nobody was going to their hotels, or if they were shooting portions of the indoor show there at the actual hotel because they had already made some of the, they weren't sets, but you're in the sort of Star Wars world out there. Come on, beer, 3 times fast here. Grab a drink. The Star Wars world out there with the hotel. So it seemed like maybe they were filming some stuff there in the hotel there. They probably still had to pay the $6,000 just to be there, but there you go. Come on, Elon, buy Disney too. Well, $44 billion is quite a lot of money out there for somebody to spend on Twitter. Anyways, let's see, 113 billion there right after they bought it. It started to come down a little bit, but it's been holding $100 billion, $100 billion, $100 billion. Till the last one here, $104.75 billion in long-term debt. Now, if we go over to, let's see, what's this place called? The Motley Fool and Justin Pope out here. Now, again, they're doing this based on, do you want to buy Disney stock at almost $100? If you're one of the Fandom Menace people out there, you just wanted to go talk about Grant's point here. Hey, how do we hold these people accountable? Go buy a little bit of stock there. Go to their stockholder meeting out there and raise hell. You say, hey, listen, folks, I'm a stockholder. Let me tell you what's up here. Let me tell you what's up here. Anyways, they go into a little bit talking about the woo out there and how that kind of impacted some of that stuff. In 2019, Parks and Experiences generated $6.7 billion in operating income on a revenue of $26.2. So Disney World, Disneyland, all the other little theme parks that they have out there. But in 2021, this segment's revenue fell to $16.5 billion, and their operating income was $471 million. If you believe what Bob Chapek is selling you out there. Yes, indeed. These lost profits hurts Disney's overall bottom line. Talks about going from 14 to 7 billion dollars in the scope of a year there. But here we go. Disney Plus. Disney is becoming a force in the entertainment streaming business. Yes, if you spend a whole lot of money, you can become a force. You just got to make that back at some point. Roughly 2 years after launching Disney Plus, it has a total of 179 million total subscribers. That's what everybody focuses on. Oh, wow, they nearly got 180 million subscribers out there. So that includes Disney Plus. Probably a lot of that is ESPN Plus, and of course Hulu. Disney Plus subscriptions grew by a staggering 60% in 20. I wonder what was going on in 2021. Wonder if people were locked out and kind of staying at home. This large and growing subscriber base opens up more potential. Again, they're trying to sell this as, buying the stock out there. For more money-making opportunities down the road, through advertising as well as price increases for its services. However, growth doesn't always equal profitability. In fact, Disney Plus is eating away at the company's profit. Revenue from direct-to-consumer services like Disney Plus and Hulu grew 55% in 1 year to $16.3 billion. Yet they still posted $1.6 billion in operating loss, which was an improvement from 2020 when everybody was locked down, when they lost $2.9 billion, almost $3 billion. So they cut it in half, but they're still losing $1 billion, $1.5 billion a year. If you believe what Bob Chapek is selling you out there. There we go, $71 billion for 21st Century Fox out there. Holy cow. Holy moly. See, so it just jumps right up and jumps up again. This is probably pandemic stuff right there. And then just stayed up. So I think this is what Mark was talking about with some of the, let's see, what was this? long-term debt, and then let's see the cash quit. Oh, okay. So it was about half. It was about half with the long-term. So we're looking at long-term here, and then so they must be adding both of them together here. They must be adding both short-term and long-term. So the short-term is about 50-ish billion dollars. They're gonna have to pay back in what, 2 years, year and a half, something like that, while they're losing 1.6 billion dollars in Disney Plus, and they're only making 470, nothing to shake a stick at, but only making 471 million from the parks out there. So if you do the math, a bear doesn't do math very well, but that comes up a little bit, just a little bit short out there for Disney. So again, why old, let me go back to him, where is he here? Why old Chapek here? See, she looks different. I don't know, what's the deal with the long hair? Not Chapek, he's bald there, but if you believe what he has to say out there, it's a big loss. But if what this is reporting is correct, sources say, he cooked the books, and it could be a whole lot worse out there. So yeah, we'll see if old Chapek is, in leg irons out there. He should be. Somebody steals a Coca-Cola from a convenience store, there goes their life there. But hey, cooking the books for a couple $1 billion, slap on the wrist. Slap on the wrist out there. All right, well, we will attempt another great transition out here. A great transition, because speaking of law and order out here, we've got a local news story out here. I don't know if either Amy or Melissa might have heard of this from Fox 13 in Tampa Bay. Champa Bay, as it were. An accused arsonist armed with an AR-15, a handgun, is shot by deputies on I-4 following a chase. They've buried their lead here, but we'll get to it. Traffic came to a standstill on I-4. I-4 is kind of a busy east to west, kind of goes in between Orlando there. This is outside of Orlando. This is, I believe this was Lakeland. So Lakeland's right outside of Tampa, kind of in between Tampa and Orlando out there. Traffic came to a standstill on I-4 Sunday morning after an armed suspect was shot by deputies on I-4 near Dinosaur World. I hope people know where this is Dinosaur World. There's the dinosaur right there. There's the crash truck. He ran into the dinosaur park here. It's kind of funny. According to the Polk County Sheriff, Grady Judd, a 911 call came to the agency shortly before 8:15 a.m. about a man throwing Molotov cocktails onto the roof of a Lakeland home. The first deputy to arrive said he saw Luke Neely, 30, throwing one of 7, not just one, but he had 7, Molotov cocktails. He says 2 exploded on the house, and the others rolled down and ignited the yard. That's why you need to kind of pre-crack your Molotov cocktails. It makes no sense if you throw it and it doesn't kind of crack open. You got to kind of, pre-crack it there. The deputy commanded Neely to stop, but he jumped in his car and fled the scene. There he goes. Not Dinosaur World. No, says Amy. According to the sheriff's department there, the deputy gave chase and performed 2 pit maneuvers to stop Neely. Neely drove out of the first attempt, and the deputy broke his hand, during the second try. Neely continued down Highway 98 in Polk County. Bear is aware of that, and eventually got to I-4 westbound towards Hillsborough County. Once he got west of the county line, Polk deputies did another pit maneuver and caused Neely to crash. Now, we've gotten this far in the story here, right? Okay, we all think, it's a Dinosaur World story, right? They've buried their lead here. They've buried the lead. Anyways, there's the pit maneuver. He ran over into Dinosaur World. There's the dinosaurs there in the back. There we are. After the crash, Sheriff Judd says Neely got out of his vehicle and started running towards the T-Rex in the dinosaur world. Let me run towards the T-Rex. I'll be safe there. According to Judd, Neely was armed with an AR-15 with 57 rounds of ammunition. And he also had a fully loaded handgun on his hip, plus all the Molotov cocktails and all the other fun stuff out there. Now here we go. Finally, we get to the meat of the matter here. 3 deputies opened fire on Neely when he began to run, striking him twice in the right leg, once in the left leg, and once in the middle leg. We changed the look of his groin forever, if you know what I mean, said Judd. Sheriff Judd out there. He's got a better demeanor than Bear would if he had his wing blown off. That would be, it would be a very cringy, yeah, you wouldn't be able to get a very stoic look out of Bear when you took the mugshot of him out there. Anyways, ran away and got shot in the old third leg out there. Unbeknownst to Polk County deputies, during the time of the pursuit, Tampa Bay police were also investigating several fires that were lit early Sunday morning in Ybor City out there. Might be the same guy, but he ain't gonna be walking free anytime soon out there. Not at all. We changed the looks of his groin forever. If you know what I mean. Kapow! Kapow! And speaking of which, people, we are not finished with the transitions here, people. Because if they actually had robot cops out there. Well, actually, no. Robocop did shoot that one guy in the groin. Changed his look forever, too. San Francisco, this is from Mission Local and Will Jarrett out here at Mission Local. San Francisco Police Department authorized to kill suspects using robots in a draft policy out there. Yes, indeed. Robocop. A policy proposal headed for the Board of Supervisors approval next week was explicitly authorized San Francisco Police to kill suspects using robots. The new policy, which we can defund the police and refund robots out there. You know, you would figure that the crime-ridden hellscape out there would have been a future Detroit, but it actually turned out to be a future San Francisco. Who knew? The new policy, which defines how the San Francisco PD is allowed to use its military-style weapons, was put together by the police department. Over the past several weeks, it had been scrutinized by supervisors, yada yada yada, together compromise the Board of Supervisors Rules Committee. The draft policy faces criticisms from advocates for its language on robot force, as well as excluding hundreds of assault rifles from its inventory of military-style weapons, and for not including personal cost in the price of the weapons. Yeah, come on, man. Come on. Peskin, the chair of the committee, initially attempted to limit the police department's authority over the department's robots by inserting the sentence, "Robots shall not be used as a use of force against any person." Beep, boop, beep, boop. The following week, the police struck out his suggestion with a thick red line in blood. It was replaced by language that codifies the department's authority to use lethal force via robots. Quote, "Robots will only be used as a deadly force option when risk of life, loss of life to the members of the public or officers are imminent and outweigh any other force options. This could mark a legal crossing of the Rubicon for the city. Robot use of force has never before been approved, nor has it ever been prohibited." Really? Well. A version of this draft policy was unanimously accepted by the Rules Committee last week and will come before the full board. That would be tomorrow, people. So get your voices heard before the robot overlords take over the planet out there. The original policy they submitted was actually silent on whether robots could deploy lethal force. Let's see. He added that he decided to approve the police department's caveated guidelines because the department had made the case that there could be scenarios where deployment of lethal force was the only option. Look out, homeless people out there. Advocates and lawyers who oppose the militarization of the police are less convinced. No, you don't say. We're living in a dystopian future. No, you're just living in San Francisco. Come on. Come on, man. Where we debate whether the police may use robots to execute citizens without trial, judge, or jury. Well, sir. Robot juries it is. Robot juries it is. Said a senior staff attorney for the lawyers, blah, blah, blah. I bet you she got money from what's his face out there? The old bad German. What's Soros out there? The old bad German out there. Moyer leads the organization's work on policemen, misconduct, and militarization. This is not normal. This is not normal, she wrote in an email. No legal professional or ordinary resident should carry on if it's normal. Why are there just little deaths on here? What the hell? Oh, well, at least they got the recycling bins out there. That's good. That's good. They've been bought off by HP, though. Why would you use an HP laptop? The police department has 17 robots in its arsenal, 12 of which it describes as fully functional. Hello. According to police spokesperson Officer Robert Ruka, they've never been used to attack anyone. For now. The robots are remote controlled and are typically used to investigate and defuse potential bombs or to surveil areas too awkward or dangerous for officers to access. Yes, indeed. So there we go. Just a little bit of future shock out there. The next time you're barricaded in a hostage situation, just watch out for the killer robots coming to attack. That might be a deadly situation out there. If you kill the robot police officer, does that count as killing a police officer? Do they have the long, funeral routes for the robot police officer to the scrapyard? Do they still do kind of the salute thing with the robots, in the casket or whatever? Probably just a cardboard box. Coming by, they do the salute. All right, officer, you were a hell of a robot out there, and goes to the compactor out there. Yes, indeed. Judge Dredd. Was that his name? Hold on. Was it actual name, Judge Dredd? Hold on. No, come on, it's not. Oh, for crying out loud. I was like, really? His name was Judge Dredd? Holy cow. Yes, indeed. A robot Judge Dredd. Yes, Skynet indeed. Amy is still going on our last story. Maybe don't try and burn down houses and kidnap dinosaurs. Yes, indeed. That might take your third leg off. Might take it off there. Terminator, the Lester Family Chronicles. Well, in that case, beer, for those sort of situations, the whole, idea of Antifa out there, maybe clearing some of the parks of the homeless folks out there, you might want to have a machine gun laden, maybe with a flamethrower on their robot out there. I think that would clean up. You know what? They could actually use the flamethrowers on the robots to clean up all the urine that they have out there in the streets. If they happen to catch fire a hobo out there, that's life out there. That is life. With bags that don't even fit the bins. You were very, very astute there. Very astute. They do not. They're probably fully recyclable bags, but they just don't fit the actual box there. You are astute, sir. Very good. I mean, this goes against Asimov's law, right? Well, it hasn't held up in court. Hasn't held up. We need to send Asimov's law to the Supreme Court just to make sure that, they probably say no standing. No standing. Case closed. Thanks a lot. Although, Bear, I think that maybe they should have maybe some sort of AI intelligence instead of the Supreme Court out there. Just, checking off. Okay, constitutional, not constitutional. Constitutional, not constitutional. I think that would work. I think if we're going to be under overlords of robots out there, at least clean up the Supreme Court out there. Not in the Constitution. Have vats of molten metal readily available out there. Yes, yes indeed. Yes, yes indeed. Yeah, we probably should get on that. Probably should get on that pretty quickly here. All right, let's see. How do I? Let's see. Let's see. Speaking of unflinching, uncaring robot overlords, the IRS has some good news for you people. From the New York Post, and this would be Ariel Zelber out here. Ariel Zelber out there. Target's extending the Black Friday deals. No way. What? No way. Who would have thought? I don't go to Target. Bear tries to stay away from any store that has a bullseye on it. Gotta be careful, people. Alright, where are we? IRS warns Americans over $600 threshold to report to Venmo and PayPal payments. Gotta report those payments, people. Gotta report those payments out there. The IRS is reminding tax filers to prepare people to report transactions of at least $600 that are made through so-called third-party facilitators such as Venmo and PayPal. The agency on Tuesday posted, I'm so glad that you guys post an explainer 2 days before a major holiday. I'm sure everybody out there's reading it. Warning American business owners earning more than $600 a year on payments that are received through apps like Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, to file a tax form known as, we all know it, people, at the top of our tips. Top of our tongues here, Form 1099K. Don't get that confused with 1099J, people. You turn in a 1099J, they're going to come right after you. The IRS is interested in transactions involving part-time work, side gigs, and selling goods, according to the agency. Don't worry about Bob Chapek, though. Don't worry about him. He's totally fine. The rule does not apply to non-commercial payments like reimbursing someone for food or rent or other one-off transactions such as selling an old piece of furniture, according to accountants. So, if you want to sell some artwork out there, you're selling an old piece of furniture that has some free artwork that goes with it, just in case. I want to keep people out of a situation there with their Form 1099Ks out here. Before this year, the threshold for filing a Form 1099K report was at least 200 transactions, totaling an aggregate of $20,000. So they brought it down from 200 transactions to one transaction and $600. When Congress passed, thank you, Congress. You're so great. The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 included a provision that reduced the reporting threshold to a single transaction of over $600. The Brandon administration hopes that by reducing the threshold, the measure will crack down on Americans evading taxes. Yeah, because that's what got us all into debt is, people $600 at a time didn't report that. Yeah, that's what it is. Not where is he here? Not this fella. Not at all. No, we need to go after the $600 people. That's where all the money's at. Right there. Yes, indeed. The proposal was offered as a way to help pay for the $3.5 trillion social spending bill. I'm sure there's there and then some with all these $600 transactions there. That would invest in climate programs, childcare, and education. Yeah, that's worth it. That's totally worth it right there. $3.5 billion for climate programs out there. Tommy Lucas, an Orlando, Florida-based financial planner, told CNBC that filers must include any sum that is reported on Form 1090K as part of their business income. Failure to do so, people, could trigger an audit, since the IRS already obtains that form directly from third-party facilitators. So why do you need to fill out a form when they already have it? That's interesting. But the provision has been met with pushback from sites like Etsy and eBay, who join with smaller retailers to create the Coalition for 1090K Fairness. I'm sure. They're looking out for the little guy, which they say is aimed protecting casual online sellers and micro businesses from unfair tax and privacy burdens. Well, you know what? The last time we had a tax issue, we threw a whole lot of tea into the ocean. Whole lot of tea. This year, Brandon out there signed the law as the Inflation Reduction Act. Well, we all feel it, people. The inflation just going straight down, like a balloon. Which includes a provision that will lead to the hiring of 87,000 additional IRS agents. Again, not to go after this guy. No, or Chapek out there. No. If you were selling little trinkets online there, you, sir, or madam, are the problem. The nonpartisan Watchdog Tax Committee, Joint Committee on Taxation, says that it anticipates between 78% and 90% of the estimated $200 billion that the IRS will collect as a result of the bolstered workforce will come from small businesses. Oh, well, I'm sure they'll just be thrilled to give you guys that money. I mean, $200 billion compared to, how much? $3.5 trillion. 3.5. It wouldn't even count the 0.5. Wouldn't even cover the 0.5. If their accounting is correct. You still got $3 trillion to go. $3 trillion. But the Joint Committee disputes this, saying that between 4 and 9% of the money collected will come from businesses that earn above $500,000 a year. So 95 to 90, 91% will come from people that earn less than $500,000 a year. Gotta pay for that inflation reduction somehow. You will reduce inflation by reducing people's income. That's how you pay for it. That's how you do it out there, people. No standing, just keep the kicking that can forward. Yes, indeed. Let's see. As people spend over $600 on Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals with Vimeo and PayPal. That's true. That's true. Or the 1098, or the 1099 INT, or the 1099 DIV, or the 1099 ABC 123. ABC 123. A climate kick. Bear needs to get part of that. Bear needs to get into the whole climate kickback situation there. Bear will what do they do? The carbon credits. The carbon credits out there. Bear will poop on a tree out there to make sure the tree grows, to keep absorbing the carbon out there, and he at least deserves, I don't know, $100,000 a year, at least. Well, the same equivalent of $100,000 a year, at least. At least. I'm going to throw some tea in the harbor. Anyone want in? Right there with you, Amy. Right there with you. As long as it's not green tea. As long as it's not green tea, says Marco Ridley. Yes, indeed. A business, Jeff Potts is schooling all of us here. Schooling all of us. A business earning $500,000 a year is essentially most businesses. Well, there you go. There you go. Hey, listen, people. Hey, this guy's palling around with Bill Clinton and everybody. I mean, he gave a whole bunch of money to the DNC before it all went bankrupt. So we can't go after him. Can't look into any of that. No. It's gone anyways. Poof, bye. Lit on fire. Gone. Bye-bye. But the rest of you just don't have those political connections out there. Bear's social credit will decrease if Bear does that in public. Well, you never see it. This is the thing. You never see what's going on there. You never see what's going on. All right, let's see. We'll do this real quickly here. This isn't supposed to be a sort of Elon Musk thing. I love what he's doing. Me? Well, whatever. I didn't want to get too far into this, but I thought it was. By the way, this is a good site out here, Hollywood and Toto, and Christian Toto out there. There you go. Very cool. He kind of gets into. I don't think I did put this in the description. I'll have to do that in a minute here, but I thought it was kind of an interesting thing that they were talking about here. Let's see. He's talking about the starting a discussion on Twitter there, and what they thought about the cancel culture, cancel war out there. Culture war. One of those, a loaded term that can mean anything from God in the classroom to drag queen story hour for preteen audiences. But this is the one that Bear thought was really good out here. Many responded, given Musk's nearly 119 million followers. Man, oh man. I just send 1 million over here. Bear would appreciate that. Oh, and make sure you like and subscribe too. Oh, one account, Get Paid to Write, or pardon me, Get Paid Right, offered this suggestion. I think this is great. Bear's kind of been on this point forever, but he kind of makes it very succinctly out here. He says, I think the right needs to start funding more artists, filmmakers, and writers instead of politicians and super PACs. Now, I would disagree with the whole the right part. I would say just generally, if you want to see better entertainment out there, you better start funding more independent artists, filmmakers, and writers. $599 or less, hopefully, instead of the politicians out there. If you want to change the stuff, we saw with the Disney thing out there. We saw with the whole Disney thing out there. It was more kind of a cultural thing that people were talking about. And then it was Ron Red Rum DeSantis out there. Then he got involved. Then the legislator got involved. But they probably maybe not have gotten involved if it wasn't kind of front-loaded as far as a cultural aspect of it. So, yes, if you want to make sure that things are going in the right directions out there, let's start doing this part rather than, give 5, 10, 20 bucks, whatever it is, to, Joe Schmo running for Congress. Joe Schmo isn't going to pick up your phone call or anything like that because you donated, $5 or something like that. If you drop a super chat in one of the artists out there, yeah, you'll get a little bit more traction out there. And I like this. I thought this was very erudite out here. You don't win a naval war without any ships, and you can't win a culture war without any culture. I wouldn't say that there's no culture, but it's very. Beer kind of talks about Comicsgate as kind of the last readout of a lot of the independent or independently minded entertainment out there. I guess maybe you could kind of say, Jeff will probably disagree with Beer out here. Independent authors out there as well. There's not really very much coalescence, at least as far as Beer knows, of some of that stuff. You can look at some of the Sarah Hoyt out there and some of the stuff that she does, but yeah, really not as much as what Comicsgate does. And really now you see Comicsgate books outselling just regular books out there, so that's kind of the way to kind of go about it. We've been reacting too long time to go on the offensive. Well, there's this little thing called Comicsgate out there. Maybe Mr. Get Paid Right out there should check that out. Again, he just says, I'm neither conventionally right nor left, but I agree with your point. He calls it the woke mind virus. It has thoroughly penetrated entertainment and is pushing civilization towards suicide. There needs to be a counter-narrative. Well, Mr. Musk, please check out some of the great folks out here in Comicsgate. Even old Indiegogo is starting to shadow ban some of those folks out there. So, again, it's nice to see some of this stuff is kind of percolating up a little bit. I really hate the term normies out there, but that would be kind of a sort of situation that we have here, where it's starting to percolate up into a little bit more of kind of the sort of public consciousness out there. And especially after the last quote-unquote election out here, I would say probably more people would be less willing and less able to put a whole lot of time and effort into doing stuff as a political campaign when even with the best intentions and probably a little bit of shenanigans out there, it doesn't come to fruition. Where you do some stuff with some of your artists out there, it would do a lot better. Go check out Jeff's book. Go check out Amy and Melissa's stuff. Go check out some of the great Comicsgate campaigns out there. You're going to do a whole lot better than donating to a politician. Who was it? Was it Edwin out there in Hawaii? He was doing some sort of Hawaiian campaign or something like that. And it's like, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. you probably couldn't get a Republican to get elected dog catcher out there. So I believe it's one of the most left leaning sites out there. So or left leaning states out there. So yeah, much better time spent. I know he's not doing the Comicsgate stuff anymore, but hey, independent comics or something like that. Put more emphasis in that sort of stuff rather than your politicians out there. So anywho, that was Beer's kind of thoughts, a little bit of thoughts behind that. All right, let me get back to the thing. With the thing, and then you do the thing. Yes, indeed. Bottoms up. I need to get a drink. I didn't do a shot like I did the last time. Maybe Bear needs to do a shot before every show. Let's see. What are we talking about with cameras? It's not quite one camera for every dollar. Disney loses every year. Okay. Jeff Potts is schooling Bear once again. Basically, for authors, there's this thing called nothing. Well, it probably depends on whether or not your book is hot. I bet you a lot of times, again, I don't know if people, I don't know if you've checked out Sarah Hoyt's site, Jeff, but she does a lot of promotion there as well. According to Hoyt, Hoyt, I think it's pronounced or spelled. So, anyways, that's probably something to check out there. But yeah, you really got to kind of get your book, promoted and all that sort of stuff. I just don't see that really in the sort of publishing, book writing, authorship field out there. So maybe Bear's wrong. Bear could be wrong out there, but yeah, not really a whole lot of stuff out there like we have with Comicsgate out there. So, some of the ups, some of the, very, very far downs. I know a lot of people aren't really, too thrilled about Uncle E or some of the other characters out there. That's one of the reasons that Bear still promotes some of that stuff. It's like, there's not a whole lot of other alternatives out there. I think of, it's a bad comparison here, but think of EVS and Trump. You might disagree with like a whole bunch of personal issues out there, but you know what? They're both fighters out there, and you got at least respect that out there, and at least pay homage to a little bit of that out there. Even though you might not agree with some of the stuff, you might not like some of the stuff out there. It's when you don't have a whole lot of friends out there, you take what you can grab out there. So that's what we would do. Let's see. Oh, sure thing, Amy. Not a problem. Go check out Amy's stuff. She does great. I always enjoy the draw-alongs with Amy and does Melissa? Yeah, Melissa also does the animation, right? Melissa also does the animation of Bear's Grant. I need to figure out. This is a side. Pardon me. Side journey here for a second. Need to figure out how to do these sort of little animation things. Let's see. I've seen the HoloLive folks out there. They do some of that. I've seen Nerd Wonder out there do some of the stuff where it's kind of like a sort of an animation thing. I guess it takes it off of the camera where it kind of turns it into a kind of an animation thing. I think that would be yeah, she does animations every week. There you go. Need to figure out what that process. I wrote it down one time and I forgot what it was. Like live capture, live something or another. I forget what it was, but it will do kind of an animation thing. So you'd see kind of an animated bear over there in the corner there. I think that would work. People say, "Oh, Bear always sees your hands." Come on. Well, you can see Bear's face in some of the videos there, but need to make that more prominent. Live 2D is that? I need to write that down. Hold on. 1 second. Let me write that down. Live 2D. Okay, I need to look into that. Or GIF tumbling. I don't think it's GIFs. I think it's a live. It looks like a live. Like, I don't know if many people watch. I don't hardly ever watch it, but it'll come up on occasion. The HoloLive, it's a bunch of different folks out there, mainly from Asia. They do video game stuff like that. So they'll be playing along on the little video game, and they'll have the little cutesy little animated character that they have there. I think it's done by the camera because it shows like a lot of their facial stuff where if they laugh or shake their head or something like that, it'll actually show up. I don't know if it's like instantly live, but I've been trying to look into some of that stuff. So it's rendered, no drawings. I don't know. I remember hearing something about Nerd Wonder when she was doing that. Like you had to have certain, you might have to have like a happy face or a sad face or a neutral face, that sort of deal. So if you had if you went from like a neutral to a happy face, like the program would kind of fill in some stuff, but you'd have to have the beginning product and the end product to be able to fill it in there, if I recall correctly. VTubing. I think that's what it is. I think VTubing. Yeah, I meant to look into that. I just got sideways with that. Uncanny Valley tubing out there. VTube. Okay, there we go. There we are. I'm looking into that. Yeah, because you want to have a presence on here rather than just kind of a voice talking for godlike voice, but still just kind of a voice from above rather than just right there in front. Although you could do the what is that in the corner there? The little subscribe thing there. Although actually I still have. Where is it? I think I still have it here. Did I take it down? I might have taken it down. Oh no, here it is. And of course it doesn't show. Why is it not showing? I need to take this off. Take that. Alright, well, it's not showing. Whatever. Professional show and all that. Professional show. One of these days, people. One of these days. Sort of like Just Some Guy does. I have not watched his videos, but that's probably correct. You're probably correct. There's other channels that do. Who's one of the other ones that does that? I've seen it Nerd Wonder do it once before. The HoloLive folks. God, there was another one out there as well. I can't remember. But yeah, looking to do something a little bit differently. But you run that with hotkeys. Oh, okay. It does the mouth movement automatically. Oh, okay. I guess it does it like through an audio thing then. You run it through the hotkeys though. Okay. All right. I will have to look into that. I will, people. I will one of these days. Oh man, it's been just a busy week though. Busy week. I had that once. I tried. Had trouble lining it up. Okay. Very cool. See, Bear learned something from the chat today. It's not always coming from Bear down. It's sometimes from the chat up. Here comes V2 Bear. Well, we need to figure out if it works out there. But hey, I might actually get, if there's drawings or anything like that, Amy, I might actually ask you to help Bear out here. Maybe do some Bear stuff out here. Might have to check that out. Either I don't know if it's Melissa that might do that or maybe Amy, but we'll have to try that out. We'll have to try that out. If you want to reach out to Bear, just drop a Bear's got his email in the description there. Just drop him a link there and try to figure something out. Are you going to be singing Idol like, I can't even pronounce that, Marco for Anthony, but we'll try. We'll try to sing on a live stream. I need a little bit of a music background to it. Because I don't know what to sing. La la la. La la la. Am I on Discord? Yes, I am as Comic Spear, but I don't know how to hook that thing up. I've got a channel, but it's not. I think I have to accept. People to come in. But yeah, I've jumped on a couple of times, said hello to Gary and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, it's down there in the description, all the way down at the very bottom. Bear should probably put that at the top, but yeah, one of these days, professional show, yada yada yada, yada indeed. All right, well, what is it? 9:30? 9:30 out here, people. I think we've done quite a bit of damage out here. I mean, we're talking about Disney and Bob Iger out there, or excuse me, Bob Chapek, one of the Bobs out there, just cooking the books, allegedly out there. I tell you, I mean, it looks like Disney Plus, they might need to sell some stuff. It'd be kind of interesting if they had to, if they just couldn't go anywhere with Star Wars and they decided to sell it off. Like, who would you sell it to? Who just, maybe, hey, Elon, hey, if you have a couple extra $1 billion out there, you might be able to buy Star Wars. Man, can you imagine the heads exploding there? Disney Corporation, in a bid to maintain profitability, has sold the Star Wars, or no, the LucasArts. So he could also get rid of the stupid Indiana Jones movie. Indiana Jones 5 breaks a hip. He could buy that. That would be, oh man, the head's exploding on that. Anyways, yeah, it sounds like Disney might have to sell some stuff off there. That would be, or just get a bailout from Uncle Sam. Either or. Elon Wars. I like that. Elon Wars. Yes, I am. I don't know where we're getting Cannibal Bear from. I don't know where we're getting that from. But Bear is getting hungry. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for reminding him. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, have a great weekend out there. Grrr!